Before you spend another dollar on your brand, I need to tell you some hard truths about branding. Branding isn't that beautiful logo you're designing, it's not those colors you've been obsessing over, and it's not that stunning website that you can't wait to launch. If you skip the strategic foundation, I'm talking about the who, the why, and what makes you different, then none of that pretty design matters. Most people build their brands completely backwards. They start with the beautiful visuals and then completely skip their strategic foundation. So they spend months building what they think is a brand, launching it into the world, and then nothing happens. So, if you're building a brand right now, about to rebrand, or you're wondering why your brand isn't getting the traction that you hope for, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step framework for you to build your brand identity the right way. Strategy first, visual second. This could save you months of spinning your wheels and spending thousands of dollars on design that doesn't deliver. Let's talk about how to build a brand identity that actually works. Let's start with strategic foundation. What does that actually mean in practice? It means that your brand identity is a complete system. It's not just a collection of pretty assets. It's the full experience that people have with your business across every touch point. When someone lands on your website or they see your social media, perhaps they're receiving emails, or maybe when they interact with your customer service, they should feel like they're dealing with the same cohesive brand throughout. And that cohesion does not come from design alone. I know we want our design to speak for us, but we really need to focus on building that strategic foundation so that our customers can feel connected to us at every touch point. And cohesion comes from having clarity on these three things before you even open a design program. And no, I'm not against Canva. Those three things are: first, who you are, your mission, your vision, and the values that drive every decision you make. Two, who you're for, the specific people you're looking to serve and the problem that you solve for them. Three, what makes you different, your unique positioning in a crowded market. When you have this clarity, your design decisions become obvious. Your messaging writes itself and your marketing feels natural instead of forced. But without that structure, you're just guessing, and expensive guessing at that. So, today I'm breaking down the exact 5-step framework that I use to build brands that connect, that customers recognize, and build loyalty with them. We're going from foundation to the finish line in that order. Let's get into it. Step 1, define your strategic core. This is your non-negotiable starting point, and it has 3 parts. Part 1, your mission, which is your why. Why does your brand exist beyond making money? What changes are you trying to make in the world, even if it's a small corner in the world? For example, if you're a coffee shop, your mission might not be to just serve coffee. It might be to create a third space where community happens, or source ethically or educate people about sustainable coffee. Do you see the difference here? One is transactional, another one has meaning. Part 2, your vision. Where are you headed? What does success look like to you in 3 years, 5, 10 years? Your vision is your long-term destination. It guides your growth and keeps you focused when things get messy. And trust me, things do get messy, but you probably don't need me to tell you that. Part 3, your values. What principles guide every decision that you make? This is more than just the pretty words that you use in your about page on your website. This is your entire operating system of your business. Your principles inform how you hire, how you treat your customers, how you handle conflict, what partnerships you pursue, and what opportunities you say no to. Because if you're not turning down opportunities, then you're approaching this the wrong way. This is how you build your strategic core, and this is how it becomes your North Star. Every decision that you make from this point forward filters through this foundation. And when you're clear on this, you'll stop second guessing yourself constantly. Step 2, know your audience deeply. Sorry if this hurts your feelings, but I'm here to tell you the things that you don't want to hear. Your brand is not for you, it's for your audience. You need to understand your audience so deeply that you can almost predict what they're going to say before they say it. You need to know things like age range, location, income level, industry, or profession, but that's just scratching the surface. You also need to understand the psychographics. What keeps them up at night? What are they afraid of? What do they aspire to do? What frustrates them about their current solutions? What would make their life genuinely better? And most importantly, what problem are you uniquely positioned to solve for them? I want you to create what is called a buyer persona. This is a detailed profile of your ideal customer. Give them a name, understand their day-to-day life, know their goals and their pain points intimately. Because the truth is that brands that win are not the brands with the biggest budget. You do not need to throw thousands of dollars at your brand if you don't have it. The brands that win are the ones that truly understand people and their audience to be specific. When you speak directly to someone's specific situation, they notice you and in return feel seen. That's when connection with your brand happens. And if you don't know who you're speaking to, then your brand will never connect. It will just be noise in a noisy world. Step 3, carve out your positioning. All right, now this is where the differentiation happens. In a crowded market, and let's be honest, every market is crowded at this point. You can't be everything to everyone. You have to own something specific, and your positioning is how you fit in the market in a way that's uniquely yours. Ask yourself these questions. What's your unique point of view? What do you believe that others in your space don't? Or what do you approach differently? What can you do that no one else does? What's your unique value proposition? What's the core benefit you deliver that makes you the obvious choice for your ideal customer? Here's a simple positioning formula that actually works. We help specific target audience achieve specific benefit through your unique approach. For example, we help overwhelmed solopreneurs build authentic brands through strategic storytelling and minimal design. That statement is clear, specific, and ownable. Compare that to something vague like, we help businesses with branding. Do you see the difference here? Your positioning becomes the lens through which everything else flows. It informs your messaging, your offers, your content strategy, and everything else in between. And here's a bonus tip. Once you've identified your positioning, test it. Share it with people in your target audience and see if it resonates. If they immediately get it and say, oh, that's exactly what I need, then you're on the right track. Step 4, establish your brand personality. Now we're getting into the expressive layer of your brand. This is where things start to feel less corporate and more human, and you can think of a brand as a person that enters a room. How does it show up? Ask yourself these questions. What is its energy and tone? Is it bold and provocative or warm and nurturing? Is it playful and witty or serious and authoritative? Does it challenge people or does it comfort them? One of the best frameworks for this is brand archetypes. There are 12 universal personality types that have been used in storytelling for eons. You have the hero, who's courageous, inspiring, and on a mission. The sage is wise, knowledgeable, and thoughtful. The rebel is disruptive, bold, and rule breaking. The caregiver is nurturing, supportive, and compassionate. The creator is innovative, artistic, and imaginative. And the jester is fun, lighthearted, and entertaining, and so on. Choose one archetype that aligns with your strategic core and your brand positioning. You can't be everything. You can't be the wise sage and the playful jester. Pick your lane and own it. This is important because your brand personality guides everything. How you write your copy, how you design your visuals, how you show up on social media, how your team handles customer service, and what kind of content you create. When your personality is clear and consistent, people start to connect with your brand. They develop an emotional connection, and that's what turns casual customers into loyal fans. If this is already shifting how you think about branding, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more people who need it to find this video. All right, so you've done the strategic work, you have built the foundation. Now and only now, you get to build the identity itself. Here are the 4 pillars. Pillar 1, visual identity. This is what most people start with, but it should actually come after strategy. Your visual identity includes your logo and logo variations, your color palette, your typography system, your photography and imagery style, any other graphical elements and patterns, and overall design aesthetic. Every single visual choice you make should reinforce your brand strategy, not contradict it. If your brand is bold and disruptive, but your color palette is pastels and your fonts are delicate script, then there's a disconnect. Your visuals should feel like a natural expression of everything you've built in the strategy phase. Pillar 2, verbal identity. This is how your brand sounds. It includes your brand name, your tagline or slogan, your voice and tone guidelines, your messaging framework, and any key phrases that you use repeatedly. The words you choose and how you use them should feel distinctly you. For example, are you the brand that says, "Hey friend," or "Greetings colleague"? Do you use contractions and casual language, or is everything polished and formal? Neither is wrong. They're simply different. What matters is that it matches your personality and resonates with your audience. Pillar 3, brand experience. This is where your brand becomes tangible and real for your customers. It's how they interact with you across every single touch point. Your website user experience, your packaging, if you ship physical products, your social media presence and engagement, your email communication, your customer support interactions, in person experiences, if applicable to you, even how your invoices look. Every interaction is an opportunity to reinforce who you are. Or if you choose to create confusion and disconnect, then by all means, go ahead. I've seen brands with beautiful logos that completely drop the ball when it comes to customer experience. And when that happens, pretty design means nothing. Pillar 4, brand guidelines. This is your brand playbook. As you grow, you're going to have more people touching your brand. People like collaborators, contractors, partners, or other team members. Brand guidelines document everything from logo usage rules, the do's and don'ts, your color codes and applications, your typography specifications, voice and tone examples, your image style direction, and common mistakes to avoid. This is how you protect the consistency of your brand as you scale. Even if you're a solopreneur right now, like me, create this document. Trust me, you will thank yourself later. Step 5, stay relentlessly consistent. Now that we've covered the pillars, I need to tell you another uncomfortable truth. Inconsistency kills trust. You could have the most brilliant strategy and the most beautiful design, but if your execution is inconsistent, then your audience and your customers are not going to trust you. Inconsistency in practice looks like this. Your visuals say one thing, but your messaging says something completely different. Your social media feels playful and casual, but your website reads like a corporate manual. Your customer service voice is warm and friendly, but your emails are cold and robotic. Your Instagram has one vibe, your TikTok has another, and your LinkedIn has something else entirely. I'll be honest, I'm guilty of that last one. Currently, I have a different personality on each of my platforms, but I'm somehow trying to make it cohesive. So I'm not only making this video for you, I'm making this video for myself because we all have a lot of work to do in terms of branding. Consistency across every single platform is what builds recognition. Recognition builds familiarity, and familiarity builds trust. Then eventually, trust is what turns strangers into customers and customers into advocates of your brand. Now, consistency doesn't mean boring. You can definitely experiment and evolve, but your core identity, your strategy, your personality, and your values, that stays the same. Think of it like a person. People change their outfits every day, they might change their hair, or their mood might change throughout the day, but their core personality stays recognizable. That's what you're aiming for your brand. Real quick, if you want more content on building brands strategically, go ahead and subscribe. That tells me that you're here for the real work, not just the surface stuff. Before we wrap up, I want to quickly call out some of the mistakes that I see all the time. Mistake number 1, following trends blindly. Yes, it's tempting to jump on every design trend and every social media fad, but if it doesn't align with your brand strategy, then it's pointless. Stay true to who you are, or try to think of a way to make that trend your own. Mistake number 2, copying competitors. You need to realize that your competitors have built their brands for their audience and their positioning. What works for them might actually hurt you. Do the strategic work for yourself. Mistake number 3, trying to appeal to everyone. Fastest way to be forgettable is to be generic, niche down, and be specific. I can't stress this enough. Some people won't be for you, and that's exactly how it should be. Mistake number 4, neglecting the experience. Your logo doesn't build a brand. The experience you create does. Invest in every other touch points that I mentioned earlier, not just the pretty visuals. Mistake number 5, being impatient. Brand building takes a lot of time and effort. You are not going to nail everything on day 1. Hello, I'm still working on it, and that's okay. Now, let's bring this all together. A strong brand identity built on solid strategy does these 3 things really well. It creates genuine emotional connection. People just understand what you do, and they feel something when they interact with you. It builds connection and trust over time. The more consistent you are, the more familiar you become, and that familiarity will build trust over time. It makes you unforgettable in a loud market. When everyone else is blending together, you stand out, not because you're louder, but because you're clearer. Remember the order: strategy first, execution second, consistency always. That's how you build a brand that people remember, talk about, and come back to again and again. If this shifted how you think about branding, go ahead and drop a comment below. What's the biggest challenge you're facing with your brand right now? Strategy, design, consistency? I read every single comment, and I'll do my best to give you personalized advice. All right, that's it for today. Now go build something remarkable, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.